Hey everybody, this is TJR. This is my rendition of Fortunate Son, originally recorded by Creedence Clearwater Revival. After the performance, stay tuned for a little mini analysis breakdown of the song and how I approached it.
Rich with blood, with a love that red, white, and blue, yeah. And when the band plays hail to the G, with a pump the cannon right at you, yeah. But hitting me, I ain't no fortunate son, no. Hitting me, I ain't no fortunate one, no. Some folks born silver spoon in hand, don't they love to help themselves, yeah. And when the tax man comes to the door with the house looks just like a rummage sale, but hitting me, I ain't no fortunate one, no. Hitting me, I ain't no millionaire son, no. Folks born star spangled eye, oh, they try to make you go to war, yeah. And when you ask them how much should I give, well, they only ask for more and more. But hitting me, I ain't no sinner's son, no. Hitting me, I ain't no fortunate one, no. Hitting me, I ain't no fortunate son, no. Hitting me, I ain't no fortunate one.
Fortunate Son was originally recorded and released by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was released first as a single together with Down in the Corner in 1969, and then again on the band's fourth studio album, Willie and the Poor Boys, later that same year. The song was quickly adopted by the counterculture movement of the time as an anti-war movement anthem, expressing both opposition to America's involvement in the Vietnam War and solidarity with the soldiers fighting. John Fogarty, who wrote both the lyrics and the music, stated that the song expressed the anger he was feeling regarding the unfairness of class that he saw around him in regards to the war. At this time, America did not have a volunteer army like it does now, and the U.S. government was drafting men into the Vietnam War. In his 2015 memoir, Fogarty stated, "You'd hear about the son of this senator or that congressman who was given a deferment from the military or a choice position in the military. They seemed privileged, and whether they liked it or not, these people were symbolic in the sense that they weren't being touched by what their parents were doing. They weren't being affected like the rest of us." Back when I was a kid and I first heard this song, I had no clue of any of its social or political leanings. All I knew was that the song just kicked ass. When I first decided that I was going to cover this song, one of the first challenges I had to face was how to play the song's opening. The song, if I'm not mistaken, was originally written in either G or C, I'm not sure which, but you had one guitarist just playing the driving rhythm. while the second guitarist played the blues lick that opened it. I couldn't play both at the same time, so the first thing I did was I decided to put the song in the key of A. By moving the song into the key of A, I realized I could play an open A chord, which has an open A string that you play on the bass here, like so. And so then I could easily move from that driving rhythm, that pulse, and then play that blues lick. I learned this technique by listening to and learning songs by Pete Townshend of The Who. Pete Townshend would oftentimes either play a song with an open E chord or an open A chord or an open D chord so that he could drive that open note and then play chords around it. A good example of this is Substitute, which is written in the key of D, and I'm playing a D note right now. Since I was adopting a technique used by Pete Townshend, I allowed that to help guide me in how I played the rest of the song. In the key of A, the opening chords are A, G, and D. So first I would play it muted and with a pulse. On the second time around, I would be more than likely to adopt some of Townshend's rhythm styles where you let the chord crash out and then go back to that muted pulse, like so.
Some folks are born, made to wear the flag. Who they love that red, white, and blue, yeah. And when the band plays, hail to the chief. Who they point the cannon, yeah, you, yeah.
Using the open A chord and the open A string also allowed me to play the little lick that you hear in the middle of the song during its instrumental breakdown. If I'd been playing it in its original key, that's all you'd hear me playing. I couldn't play that driving rhythm. But once again, I run that open A string so it can sound like this. And then, of course, from there, I created the additional instrumental section that I just created myself and just put together by just playing what I refer to as broken chords. This is where you don't play the entire chord. You just play I would just use the D and the G string and just play broken chords across that moving A. Once in a while, I would let the open E, B, and G strings ring out to just give it a little extra fullness here and give it a little accent here and there. I also unknowingly sped the tempo up a bit as well. I didn't realize this until just now when I decided to reference the original track and listen to it and realized that the original is actually played quite a bit slower than I'm playing it. When I first started covering this song, I was playing a lot of acoustic gigs at coffee houses. The coffee house scene was really beginning to just grow and expand here in Southern California, and there were a lot of places that would hire musicians to play 3 or 4 hours a night. This was also before I started to gain access to a loop station pedal, which allowed me to record my rhythms and then play guitar solo over it. So this is why I had to change it to a different key so that I could play an approximation of both the rhythm and the lead guitar at the same time. I added in that middle section to just kind of lengthen it out just a little bit more because it's such a short song and I really wanted to have it go just a little bit longer. And part of that was just to take up more time in the coffee house that I was playing. But another reason was just because that song always made me want to hear more. I always felt it ended too quickly and I just wanted it to be just a little bit longer. So I did that with my rendition. I have, of course, done both breakdown analysis of songs and have done performances in the past, but this is the first time I thought, hey, why not combine both? Let me know what you think of this approach, and if I get enough positive response, perhaps I will do more of this in the future. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click subscribe, be sure to click like, be sure to smash that notifications button so you can know when I release new videos, and I want to give a big, big thank you to my Patreon supporters. You folks really are the key thing in helping me make more videos. And if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, please check out the link that's going to be floating overhead very soon or right about now. Patron supporters do get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and they are the only ones who get to suggest video topics. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.